Good day, everybody. Sebastian Keynes here with another Watch Your Realms video. In this video, I'm going to be discussing Trusk, the Esoteria Order Defender that we've had here in the Forerunners server for a while, but he's finally coming to the global server. So I'm going to show you some utility that you can get out of him, the areas of the game where he is going to excel, and most importantly, is if he is worth going after if you have some crystals. Trusk is a defensive-based damage dealer. He deals magic damage, which actually kind of elevates his status among the defenders because he can be used in many different facets of the game. He will do great in the Immortal Codex. You're going to find utility for him in the Void Rift. You're going to find utility for him in GR2 if you want to use him there, and in campaign in whatever situations you want to do. And another one would be GBG, because one of the things that he does is, if you look at his kit as a whole, let's go over to his ultimate first. First, he grants defense to those allies around him. Not only that, he will deal AoE damage while he's doing it. He will then also, while his ult is up, he has these two passives here, where one, it will increase his block, and then two, the other one is that if he sees any targets that are close to him, he will actually drag them in, and then make sure that he can hold on to them while your damage dealer is taking them down. And for GBG, if he is during his ultimate, you release the flyers, they'll automatically target him. You won't target the side, anybody that is up in the platforms, which is ideally what you want when you release your flyers. So just keep that in mind. That this hero can be a little bit menacing in some situations. Now, in terms of trying to deal damage, his basic is he just deals magic damage to one enemy in range. Like I said, his ultimate then is AoE, and if he gets hit during that process, he has an opportunity to counterattack, and then he will deal actually 300, in this case here, 300% damage to the enemy attacking him. So he is actually a phenomenal defender that you can really depend on if you get him into your account, especially early on. So here I have him in the Forerunner server. This is the non-spend account, and essentially what I did is right now I just have him in a Life Force set, so I don't have very good Warlord pieces that have two stats that I'm looking for him, and that is attack speed, defensive, and HP bonus. So while I try to farm those up, these are the Life Force pieces that I have on him. If you do have that Immortals ones, go ahead and put it on him. He does not need a Glacier set because it doesn't matter how much attack he has. This is just the pieces that I have had in the account for a while, and so you can see here that one of the focuses that I'm going for is defense bonus and HP bonus. Ideally, I like to put him in 2 defense percentage and 1 HP percentage bonus. And the things that I'm looking for, rage regeneration, because I do want him to come back to his ultimate as much as possible. And if I can get attack speed in any of these pieces, I will take it as well. And where I can, I'm actually looking for crit rate. So if you can balance all of that out, you can give him some at least stats for damage. And so usually he is riding around this range here. So for the purposes of this video, this is what you're looking at. We're looking at about 82,000 HP and 11,000 defense. I do have as much speed as I can on him. If you can load him up with more speed, go ahead and do so. And as you can see here, I do have my rage regen of about 58%. I could knock this down a little bit, especially if I team him up with somebody like Hollow or Elowen, but my goal is to try to get him to do that ultimate as much as possible. For his artifact, I am using the Goddess Grace here. If there are situations where I think he is really going to take on more units that he's able to block, then I'll bring an Oleg, not an Oleg all around, it's a Bastion ring now. So in that case, that's where I put him. But in this one, I just gave him the goddess race. All right, so here, let me show you one area of the game where I like to use him because of the ability that he gives me in terms of doing some blocks and doing some damage. So let me see here, because I will need, so Eloin is there. We're gonna bench him. Okay, and then let me bring in here. Okay, there we go. So let me try this out. So this is the second phase of the Void Rift right now. So we're gonna need to defend 3 of these cores here. So this is where I like to use Trust for this type of situations. So very early on, if you just want to see how he works, let me put him here, and then let's load him up a little bit with Rage. But remember, during his ultimate, he will grant defense to those around him, but he will also do some damage and he will roll. So here we go. So there, he rolled, he started doing some damage. So now let me activate the ultimate, and you can kind of see the numbers there. 36, 37, not bad from starting out at 16. So now he's doing some damage there. Now let me prep here at this side. So he really does not do that bad. And if he takes any damage, he will counter attack. He will do a little bit more damage than that. So there, we're loading the, we're gonna help him out a little bit here. Make sure that these units don't multiply a whole lot.
My daggers feed on your fear. I'll drink deep the curse of my kind.
So let me set this up. Okay. So now we're gonna wait for the big ones to come about and see how well they do in terms of sustaining.
Here we go. My daggers. Take this.
Okay, so I'm not gonna try to use bulk too much. So here we go. He defended really well there.
My daggers feed on your fear.
Oh, Magda's killing him. All right, that's fine. We'll try to avoid using the ultimates on the back line here.
Together, we
Here, let me call back Velcro.
drink deep the curse of my kind.
Okay, so now let's see. Let's activate the ultimate. Let's try to take these guys out as soon as possible. This is the multiply. We're screwed. So you can kind of see that he does a pretty good job of taking that. So there, when he counter-attacked, he actually, or when he rolled, he was actually counter-attacking. So he did a little bit of extra damage. All right, so here we go again. I'm gonna activate his ultimate. So somebody did get past me here. So hold on, let me see if I can help him out a little bit. The other thing that he also has going for him is that he has this regeneration as well if he's below 50%. But since I have a healer with him, it kind of keeps him topped off. And as you can see here, he's just doing as much damage as possible. So he's definitely one of these tanks that I really do like to use here. And I mean, he does not do bad. If you actually, and if I had more crit rate on him, he would actually outperform the damage here. And as you can see, I kind of withdrew Valk there for a while. So in this type of situations, I really do like using him. And he is a staple for my Void Rift teams when I try to clear as much of this as possible in this account. let's say that you're coming into, you have him in an early game account, you're trying to beat AMR 18. I'm going to turn the power of dominance off, and you can, let's just give me an idea of whether he can sustain the battle long enough. I do have 2 defense rings on him here. So here, let me provide him a little bit of support. And then everything else can be set up. So let's give him some help. I am going to put in, let's do Falcia first. So now let me turn his ult on. Hopefully he can do some damage as well with Falcia. Okay, so let's protect. I'm gonna protect this side with Abomination. So there. So the idea there is for him to just take a pounding. So far he's doing well. So here comes the slam. Not bad. Pretty good tank, folks. And he has 2 defense rings in here, which ideally you actually want HP. So there, he's counter-attacking. Okay, I'm not paying attention now, so let me do this just to make sure that they don't get there. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the AoE on again. So he did gain a stack of attack up, which is fine. We'll deal with that. All right, let's turn this on. Okay, let's protect the sides. Okay. Which is fine. All right, we have Valeria as a backup.
You fear the beast's fury. Your queen has arrived.
And he's holding up. I mean, he does very well. All right, so here's he's gonna gain some more stacks, which is not ideal, but we'll manage it. All right, come on, let's do some damage. You can't do it all alone. All right, let's turn that on again. So he's the only damage dealer right now, which is fine. Now we're gonna provide him some support. He's doing a very good job, even with the 2 stacks now. So he can definitely tank AMR, folks. So if you get him on an early account, you can use him for this. And there we go. All right, so let's go. We know well our damage dealers are going to be the ones that I put right beside him. And we're going to skip this part, and then I'm going to do it. So he does, again, 4 million, which is not bad, or excuse me, 1,000,007, which is not that bad compared to, you know, what Falcia and Valeria did while they were there. But to get some damage out of your tank, especially if you're looking at progression, right, and you don't have the excessive gear that I do in this account, but you can see that you're getting some damage from your tank. And not only that, he's getting defense on him, and then anything surrounding him gain an extra defense. So that's why you saw that first pounding that he did, that the boss did. Falcia made it because I had activated his ultimate defense up, increased to all those around him. Typically, when I use Falcia in this situation, when I give these examples, Falcia goes down. So then that's why I have Valeria in. So Falcia didn't go down until the boss gained that attack. So it's a benefit that Trusk gave Falcia to make sure that she was able to survive that battle. So can he tank? Can Trusk tank AMR? Yes, he can. So that's another area where you can look at using him. At the time that I recorded this, I had already done my my faction trials with the Esotericists, but I can tell you that if you need a tank here, There is a particular area in this map where you can use a tank to block units off. He can actually do that very well, so don't be afraid to use him in faction trials. In my global account, of course, I was able to beat it without him, but here I'm definitely going to depend on him to open things up. In the Immortal Codex, she is going to do very well against the Hellfire Emperor. He not only gains that extra block when his ultimate is up, but he's doing damage as well, and he can hold his own in this part of the Immortal Codex if you need to use him for some damage. I tried using him in the Conqueror just to see if he could hold up a little well, and not he wasn't I used him to protect Cerberus who was in the back, and he did fairly well. I was actually able to extend a little bit the life of Cerberus using him right in front of him, so that's another option that is available to you if you want to use him. But at the end, I thought about using Regulus, since he actually does the protective aura, and he did a phenomenal job in there as well. So that is something that you can keep in mind if you want to use him in those areas of the game. In Tide, I do put him up in Tide when I need to start beating a level. And then if I think I have enough BP to do that, you can use him there as well. So don't be too concerned about that, and you can use him in that area. One area where I don't see him very prominently is Arena, and there are just so many other variations that you can use, right? So it all depends on the heroes that you have. You can try to give him a world if you have an Esoteria order composition that you can build around him, and you can try using him in Arena, but I wouldn't. I definitely have not been able to find a use there. So areas of the game where he would excel very well is the Immortal Codex, Faction Trials, Void Rift. He will definitely have grand utility for you wherever you need him to use it. One more showcase for him. This is usually an area, chapter 6 of the Expert Campaign is an area where you have to deal with waves. So here, let me, one of the things that I'm going to do, just do a little, because you're going to have all these spiders coming at us here. So let me see if I can set this up. How much cost am I going to get here? So I got 3 here and 4 here. Okay, so let me set this. So I'm going to put him down here below. So there he starts rolling. I'm going to block here with serves. So the idea here is I'm going to let Trust do the damage down here. Service is just blocking, Regulus is blocking up here. So now let me provide him a little bit of help here. But here on the bottom, I'm just going to see if, just to show you that Trust can actually deal with this pretty well by himself. Where Regulus is a true tank, right? The true defender. So he's there to stop things. All right, so here comes this frogs. And here they come. I'm going to turn the ultimate on. And there he's doing his damage. Just awesome to see that. And there you see the comparison now with Regulus. Regulus is more of a tank unit here. All right, so let's wipe these out. And there he's holding his own. He's doing a fairly good job there. I think I might need to help him out a little bit. So I'm gonna do as a backup here, just in case anybody slips by. So in this situation here, the Bastion Ring would have played a little bit more better. But once I increase his, once I activate his ultimate here, his block will increase. So there we go, counter attack. All right, now let's start doing some damage here. There comes everybody. Not bad. He's holding his own. Health-wise, he's doing okay. All right. He's doing phenomenal on the bottom here. Okay, now he's possibly gonna let one slip through, but he'll do some damage there. He's holding his own. I'm not gonna activate Hydra's ultimate because I don't want her killing those units down here. And that's a phenomenal job taking it down. Now let's finish this up top. And there we go. So that's kind of just an idea of what I can give you when it comes to dealing with Trusk and the things that he can do. I mean, if you have the summoning crystals and you're close to getting, or you're close to your pity, and then there's this 10x coming on global, go get him if you can, because he will be a nice addition to your account. I mean, he's not like OP busted. It's not going to be like a Vorius, right? But he is a defender that you're going to be able to use anywhere in the game, and he is going to be somebody that you can easily come calling and relying on whenever you need block, you need extra damage, or you need to deal with waves that are coming at you, right? So not only will he give you some damage up front, but whoever you put behind him, that fighter will have the advantage of gaining extra defense from him, extra survivability, and both teamed up will be able to take down whatever wave is coming at you in whatever situation you need to deal with. So this is one of my favorite defenders that I have in my account. He and regulars are two that I always have gear, and then when I need a defender, I know that I can go and count on them. If you do something for him, good luck. I wish you the best. And I will leave it at that, folks. If you have any questions, feel free to post them below. There are certainly various ways that you can build them. I like the 2 defense percentage with the 1 HP percentage accessory on him. You can vary it depending on the content that you're trying to battle. If he's not staying alive for you, then do 2 HPs and 1 defense. You can definitely then use him as just as a kind of a pure tank. And if you can add, like I said, if you can add some crit rate on him, he will do some excellent damage for you. But yeah, if you have any questions below, if you have him in the Forerunners account, let me know how you're building him. If you get him on global, congratulations, let me know, and hopefully he plays out for you just as well as he has for me. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching. Thank you very much for your support. Remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you all in the next Watcher of Realms video.
Their souls are mine to take.